Hey everyone, AceBullion here. Now, normally I'm not on this side of the screen, only in a few really old videos. And I'm usually talking about precious metals such as gold, silver, platinum, copper even, and showing off various kinds of techniques, etc. But as you guys know, well, recently I had a heart attack and that kind of shook me up. Which is why I'm doing this kind of unique video. What is it? Well, I'm talking about a drug, and I'm also going to be talking a little bit about kind of the lack of services here in the UK, but also some of the good services here in the UK. So if you like this and you kind of want to follow up with what my journey is, because I've been a bit reluctant in sharing this, then hit the thumbs up button, let me know down below, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, not on a regular basis as my normal videos are, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I'll try to do it at least once a month, let you guys know how, well, one, this product is working, and two, how my goals are doing. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the drug called Mounjaro. It's a little kind of EpiPen type of drug. You inject it, you lose weight, that's how it works. And I'm sure you guys are asking, is there downsides, is there plus sides? Well, the plus side, of course, is you're going to be losing weight. The only big downside is, well, it's a financial downside here in the UK. Now I'm going to be going through some of the little things a bit later in the video to show you, what the pen's like, etc. I'm not going to show you me injecting it or whatever, but I will, however, let you see it. So if you want to skip ahead, by all means do so. But a little backstory really quickly is that about, just over 2 months ago, I had a heart attack. It's called a STEMI. And don't let the name fool you, folks. It is, in other words, called the Black Widow. So all of you paramedics, other, health professionals out there, nurses, doctors, carers, you guys know the drill. And a STEMI is, yeah, I got really lucky at the time. And I know it. So after following everything that I had done, which I ended up getting a stent put in, and I'm actually impressed, by the way, because the last time when I was a paramedic, they put a stent right up in your whole kind of crotchy area, and then it went up. So moving on. So a lot has changed since I was a paramedic. So none of what I'm saying here is by any means in a health professional manner. It's all just my experience and my experience alone. So don't take whatever I'm saying here for gospel. So I had the heart attack. By the way, if you are wondering what a heart attack feels like, I felt like I was on fire. That was it. I just felt so dang hot. And as a retired paramedic, you always get the whole thing of gripping chest pains or major shortness of breath. And yeah, fair enough. That is a typical type of MI or heart attack. But I had no idea what was going on at the time, and I doubted even going to A&E. I thought I was just going to call out a doctor. Yeah, I'm glad I went to A&E. So I had the heart attack, got rushed through to theater, literally within minutes from being seen, which was in seconds kind of terms. I walked into A&E. They put me on an ECG immediately because they saw my color and everything else. And I was sweating profusely. That was obviously a telltale sign. And no one told me what was going on. That was cool. I could see the monitor and I was looking, going, oh no, that's not good. Yeah, so I saw that. And then the ambulance was there to take me off to a theater hospital, which is really local to me, actually. So I had all that done. I was immediately put in. They put a stent in. On the ride over, the crew, rather nice, and said, do you know what's going on? And I said, yeah, I'm having a heart attack. And they said, oh yeah, good. That's nice. And I got to watch the whole procedure. That was interesting. Anyway, so moving on now to obviously the main part of this video. The cardiologist said, because I had a couple of factors. I don't smoke, I don't drink, but I do have an issue, which is, of course, I've gained a ton of weight since my accident, hence why the title former paramedic exists. Unfortunately, I broke my lower spine, my lumbar, also my sacrum. I'm still awaiting an operation for my cervical, i.e. the back of my neck, which I'm refusing because I am not having a decision towards my trachea. Sorry guys, you know your limits. And I'm on a heck of a lot of medication, which also prevents me really getting out and about and doing stuff. So, anywho, 15 years of this means you've gained weight. So much so that I was over 350 pounds. Don't ask me to convert that because I've already had to convert it to pounds. That's what I've been measuring myself on because I know that better. So my ideal weight, of course, is to be well under 200 pounds or about 200 pounds-ish. And that's it. I'm monitoring my health on a regular basis. So I got everything from, my steps, my heart, my pulse, my precipitation. There is another one I'm looking at getting, this blood pressure monitor, which monitors 24/7. And there's apparently a 6-lead ECG, which I'm highly dubious about because, well, you need them on your chest, not on your wrist. I don't know how that technology works, but apparently it's endorsed by the British Heart Foundation. So I'm keeping an eye on it. I've emailed the company and I said, which is in America, and I asked, well, let's see what it's all about. So currently at the moment, I am, however, working on one of these things, the old-fashioned cuff with monitor. Yeah. So that's it. So how is everything going? Well, first off, since being released out of the hospital, I've lost over 35 pounds in weight, which is 2 months worth, 2 pens worth. The pens are essentially, well, I need to open this one actually because I haven't done it yet, and it'll be a new one, because I've gone up on the scale, and I'll explain that. So this is the 5 milligram pen. Normally you start off with a 2 milligram pen. First off, you just easily give this a little pull, and then you expose this tip, which there's no syringe there. You have a little mechanism here, which you unwind, and you first just unwind it a tiny bit once you have a needle on there. I'm not doing it now, folks. And then once you have the needle, which is one of these, you will need one. Okay. Safety, folks. Get yourself one of these. Yes, a sharp spin. Don't throw it in the bin. Seriously, do not, no matter under any circumstances. It's a stupid thing to do, no matter what country you're in, and you're putting people's lives at risk. You're scaring somebody. If anyone's ever had a needle prick or an accident with a needle, you know exactly what I mean. There's months and months and months of worry that go on there. So once you have your needle on this end here, which is sealed and it reseals, you give yourself a little squirt, you watch the liquid come off a little bit, then you unwind it, you unscrew it, so counterclockwise, and then at that point you put it somewhere. In my case, I just put it on my side of my abdomen, and you just press it in nice and slowly, and then you hold it for 5 seconds. At the end of the 5 seconds, you carefully release, and then you carefully start putting stuff in the sharp spin. Remember, when you first take it out of the fridge, because it must be stored, to take a look at it and make sure it's not cloudy. That's a big thing, by the way. Let it cool down. Let it get to room temperature as well. That's in the instructions. Don't keep it out of room temperature, of course, for any great length of time. I'm only doing this video for it. And if you have any side effects, of course, contact whatever health professional or place that's supplying you this medication. Now, why am I bringing up the medication? It's because very quickly, the cardiologist prescribed it to me and I would have had no clue about it at all. And it's working, as I said, very well. I've lost over 35 pounds now, and I'm almost under the 300 pound weight. Go me. I'm actually proud of that. I don't see it. Everyone else does. I don't. That's a downer with it. So the cardiologist has said, prescribed it for me. And obviously I need to control a whole bunch of things, blood pressure and all this, but weight loss helps reduce blood pressure and so on and so forth. And I have a blood pressure, by the way, on average of about 190 over 126. Now, if you've had a heart attack or if you're a health professional, don't worry. My doctor's aware of it. I'm doing routine readings. That is an accurate machine. And I'm keeping an eye. No chest pains, no sweating. Seriously, if you guys have any of those symptoms, if your blood pressure is really over kind of the 140 over 80 mark, again, varies with age and everything. Yeah, seek help if you're not sure. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Seek help if you're not sure. So, yeah, that's my journey in a nutshell. I don't want to keep this a really long journey, but I went from a 2.5 milligram injection to a 5 milligram. It took me, I decided to wait, and I had 2 months supply of it. 1 month was paid for by the NHS because, well, the cardiologist prescribed it. Second month I had to pay for it, and I went to a reputable pharmacy to buy it. And now I'm on my third month, which I start on this Saturday. So, and I've moved up from the 2.5 mil to the 5 mil. How am I overall finding it? Well, I'm finding it really well. I'm finding that I don't need, and I never really did, tea as much. But let me just say one thing, because I think this is rather important. I've taken my cardiologist's advice, and because I was at about 350 pounds, I had to have a calorie controlled diet, and I still am on that. If you guys want to know any of this, what kind of recipes, what kind of rubbish I'm following, I'll continue to make more of this content. Just let me know, please. I'm just opening my heart to everyone, so to speak. But yeah, so that's it really. It's I'm following a calorie controlled diet. I'm having no more than 500 calories in any given meal. In fact, my breakfast this morning consisted of a cholesterol yogurt, which is 60 calories. I count that. And 200 calories in breakfast cereal, which was 60 grams. Normally, you get away with 30 grams, but I feel that I'm not hungry if I have 60, and it's fine. So I take 260, that's 5 out of my 500. I got a surplus, which I don't bother with. I don't use that as a backup. Then lunch comes around, I'll have maybe 2 sandwiches. Again, these are, the bread that I'm eating at the moment is nothing like normal bread. But hey, it's working. Condiments, by the way, yeah, these are things you really need to actually take a look at. Jesus, what? Salt is out of my diet as much as it can be. And it's just other things. So nothing deep fried, nothing fat. Everything is cooked at home or by, no processed foods at all. So it's all very interesting. So I think I contribute a lot of this weight loss to a lifestyle change and the medication. The medication has done a fantastic job. I'm not hungry, anxious, whatever. I need food. I never really was, but I'm sure this is doing something in the background. And there's only been 1 week that I only lost half a pound. Every single week has been 5 pounds or more. So be that as it may, that's just my story so far, folks. I'm starting, as I said, the 5 milligrams, pen, which as you can see right there, blocking off my prescription details. But as I said, if you want to see more, if you want to know more, I'm happy to share and talk about this. If you've just gone through a heart attack or whatever, leave a comment. Especially if you think that the world is going to end, for you tomorrow. Been there, done it. Still going through that kind of rubbish on a routine basis. So it's, you're not alone. Well, that's me, as I said, opening up, spilling my beans, letting you guys know what I'm doing here. So if you don't see me putting my stuff up on my website, selling all the silver and doing all this kind of stuff, it's because I'm a bit preoccupied, but I'm doing it with love. I'm still running the precious metal forum, which is a free forum, by the way, if you are interested in that. And I'm still doing pours and doing whatever I can physically. So with that said, I'm going to send out my love, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.